door. Okay, we're back.
But I kind of like those ones.
Yep, those
You know, really dark, black.
Black lyre tail mollies, as you can see, lyre tail or lyre tail, however you want to pronounce it.
I pronounce it lyre tail.
Lyre tail. I used to do that as well until they told me it's lyre tail. So I switched and I haven't switched back.
Lyre, pants on fire.
It's they're called that because of the tail, because it has two forks there. It's actually a lyre is a Greek. If you want to see an ancient Greek instrument.
Yes, it's a musical instrument that you strum.
Yeah.
Well,
So kind of like a handheld harp, pretty much. Yeah.
As
Yeah,
much as like,
they used to do it and sing songs to girls.
Yeah.
as much as like the variety of colors and everything, all these species of flowers, but somehow I find this one kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting in a way that all depends if you know, in your house what you want to have. If you want to really have a theme of colors, it's only going to go black and white. Look at this.
Yep.
You know,
Plus,
look at how.
they also have live babies.
Yep.
And if you take plastic baskets with holes in them and float them in the tank so that the fry can escape, once you get a certain amount of babies in the tank, they don't eat their babies anymore. Because they see the babies around all the time, they don't eat them. We've had customers, we used to have a hair salon that they had a tank absolutely full of guppies of every single size, but because they always seen babies around, they didn't eat them.
You know what the funny thing that now that you said the fry,
Yes.
if you were saying it before when I didn't know English, I was thinking about to be going.
Dip them in a bit of aisle and fry them up.
You have to do it, yeah.
And the cool thing about mollies as well is they do a lot better in brackish water, so
Yeah.
fresh half salt. And we've actually, to cycle saltwater tanks, we've actually placed mollies in there.
Into full salt, yeah.
Mollies too are more
And they've actually-
Yeah, they're brackish.
I like these ones, the
Yeah.
Dalmatians.
Hello?
In those ones, like I say.
Yeah.
The marble color, the things like. These ones.
You have a what?
A laboratory made that they can have those colors or natural colors?
Yep, just also all through selective breeding again. I mean, it's
Yeah.
always the case where it breaks down to where, you know, a breeder is breeding, for instance, let's
Yeah.
say black or silver, and, you know, he decides
Oh,
he's going to cross.
okay, I'll come down and
And
pick
so
it up.
he-
Then these ones are a crossbreeding.
Thanks.
Yep, and so it's basically like you take a black, you take a silver, through crossbreeding, he ends up with maybe a couple of these that look exactly like, you know, a Dalmatian, and then he takes it from there and he breaks it up into its own strain.
Oh, okay. Then they're not the color that they could have in the wild.
Yep.
This is pure crossbreeding.
In the wild, they're actually they're mainly silver. Like you can usually find they're like a silver molly.
Yeah.
And there's those, and there's also the Liberty mollies, which have a bit of a red tail on them, and they're called that because it kind of looks like the torch the Statue of Liberty's holding.
Okay. Yeah, because that's why they come up with these beautiful colors.
Silver mollies and silver lyre tail mollies.
Down here we have the gold diamond molly, which are basically, they're called that because they have the nice gold color, but they also have these metallic scales all across the body.
Oh, you can see it when they turn.
Yep.
Nice living art, completely.
Yeah.
Completely nice living art. Look at, you know, if like the painter is just brushing them.
Yep.
What about this one?
Those are
down
being
here-
medicated there. Can't
Down here we
see.
have the few koi. I mean, unfortunately with it being winter, it's not really koi season, so these are kind of our leftovers for now. And koi, as you know, they're basically you know, derived from carp. They can live as long. I've heard of koi living upwards of 60 years. I know you always have the stories about the emperors where he has the koi who's...
Well, there's supposed to be a pond in a Swiss mountain Alp fed by a glacier,
Yeah.
and the fish in there are 300 some years old.
Yeah. Although that I think is a little bit hogwash. I think, you know, so if whoever's owning it, if he has people taking care of it, it's a case of, oh, that fish died, swap it out for something new. That looks like it.
Well, about those, you never know what is true or not, you know,
Exactly.
because...
Well, we had a father do the mysterious turtle growing thing
Oh,
for
yeah.
his kid. Every week he'd come into the store and get another turtle a little bit bigger than the one that he had the week before, and he just kept swapping them out, and that turtle grew from this big to the size of a dinner plate in about 4 months.
Nice.
Yeah.
But we just had a whole pile of turtles at the store, and yeah, sure, we didn't care.
You do have a lot of... This one is the
These
Shiban?
guys are called Shibunkin. They're also, I mean, your goldfish in general are all related to, they're all derived from carp. The Shibunkin is actually a cross between your goldfish and koi. As you can see, they have your typical kind of comet, what's known as the comet body style.
The only American goldfish breed.
Yep. And then after they have the koi color in them. So a nice little, a bit of a calico, color.
This is another beautiful mix to have in a tank, like one of the dentists that Carol has all this kind. I don't know.
There's a couple Shibunkin and a couple of butterfly koi and some regular koi.
But I like the ones who their fins are more like...
elongated. I had one customer think that I made up the name Shibunkin.
Oh yeah? Oh my.
And then these are some goldfish. Are they being medicated?
These guys are being, well, they were being medicated. We actually just water changed them. We're just kind of giving them a bit of a freshwater run through before we remedicate them again.
Okay.
These ones actually, they did have a bit of what's known as fish lice on them.
Oh, okay.
Which
Fish
is
lice?
Yep, it's basically...
How do you know they have fish lice?
It's basically a very small invertebrate, that kind of small and flat. It's kind of a translucent brown color, and it'll live on their fins. And then actually, it'll kind of like eat their fins, almost like suck on their blood, really. They'll actually almost sleep on the fins, and I've had cases where they sleep on the fins, and at night they'll move to the main body, and they'll actually just start eating away at the fish that way. So what we use, if you remember, I mentioned dialogues when I said the mix.
Yeah.
In the mix, we use just dialogues on this because dialogues kills invertebrates.
Okay.
So we use it on that just to kill it all off. Another product I know that used to be used in the trade was Life Bearer. Life Bearer was another good
Oh yeah, that was a jungle product.
Yes, jungle product. It was it either came in a pink liquid or a pink powder.
Yeah.
And that stuff used to work really well as well. But I don't even know if that's still made anymore.
It's a lot of the jungle's been discontinued because I always liked Velvet Guard. If you got algae bloom in a tank, treat it with Velvet Guard.
It's too bad that none of them has it to really see how it looks like, right?
Sweetie, it's not too bad that they're getting better though.
Oh yes.
Well, I know, I mean that.
Too bad we weren't here the first day we saw it, so we could show everybody what it looks like.
To show what it was like.
Yep.
You know.
Then we got these guys came in a little while ago. These are our larger black moors. And as otherwise known as black telescopes or black butterflies. The different name all depends on just the style of fins as well. I mean, obviously, as you can see, they have the telescopic eyes. Yeah. Black telescope. Black butterfly is the name for the tail. The tail will usually be really, really fanned out on them.
A little flatter.
Yeah.
And then
here we have some of our red and white orandas.
They got the head growth on them.
Yep. Now I know a lot of misconceptions with orandas. I know when I worked retail, the big question I'd always get when people calling in was, my oranda has all this white stuff on top of his head. Is it sick? And really, it's not sick though. The white spots you see on the head is actually new head growth. So if you see that, you don't have to worry. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, these ones are the telescopic one as well?
No, these are celestial.
Oh, that's why I was going to say, because look at it, how cute their pop eyes look like.
But you see where their pop eyes are looking? They're only looking up.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
That's a really prime example.
Wow, cool.
As in looking at the heaven celestial.
Oh, that's why they call heaven celestial.
Yeah. We don't use a lot of imagination. It's pretty basic.
Yes, because you see, how do they come up with all these things?
These guys are just your regular pond comets here. I mean, this is basically, your generic goldfish, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
These are genetics too?